Welcome to Inktober Tangles 2025. We are already on the penultimate day, day 30. So today's tangle is absolutely gorgeous. This is a really good one to have up your sleeve if you're wanting to do any kind of festive type tangles when it gets to that time of year, because it looks like a bow that you would find on the top of a Christmas present. It's really lovely. So I'll just teach you how to do that just now. So what I'm going to do is to create an orb somewhat in the centre of the tile. It doesn't have to be bang on centre. And then we're going to create a 6-petaled flower. So we're going to have these first petals down, so basically pointing to where north and south would be on a compass. And then we'll do another 2 here. We're aiming for the petals to be roughly the same length, but I think here I've already got a couple that are, like this one's shorter than this one, but it doesn't matter. Just enjoy putting the pen to paper and creating what you create. So now between these bits here, we're going to add like a slight curved shape. It's going to be about maybe 1/3 of the length between one petal and the next. So we start here and then join in about maybe halfway along that petal. Do that all the way around. And then, apologies, I'm ending up like I'm full of the cold today. I've said that in the last couple of videos. I'm filming these as a batch. So the line that you've just created, we're going to join that to the petal that's to the right of that new curve. And we're going to join it just with a kind of like a lazy S shape, like a backwards lazy S shape. And this is where this tangle just really starts to, you can already see the bow forming on it, and it looks just, it's so cool. I really, really like this one. So that's pretty much, to be honest, that's pretty much as complicated as this tangle gets. And then once you have your bow shape, you could kind of embellish it as you like. So I'm going to just, each side, this is like where the ribbon would kind of be in a loop, as if it's kind of folding over itself. So this is the area that's the actual ribbon, and that would be like the hole, so to speak. If that kind of makes any sense to you, if you know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to create these aura lines either side. So we're auraing the petal shape, and then we're just auraing the outside edge of that petal. The original curve, I mean. I really like this tangle. It's one of these ones that it kind of comes together really quickly without a lot of effort. So what you can now do is that you can have some other, this isn't necessarily a part of the tangle, it's kind of demonstrated in the step outs. The bonus is this bit here, but you can put some other ribbon areas here, and that can look quite pretty. So I'm just going to put my aura lines in here as well. Oh, I love this. Just looks like a present under the tree. Right, so far in the Inktober Tangles challenge, I have not used a gold pen, but just because this one just feels special to me, this tangle, it feels like quite festive. So I'm going to come in here with a bit of gold pen, and I'm doing everything kind of as it comes to me. I'm not planning ahead too far, but I'm going to put gold in these aura lines as well. I might not like how it turns out. I might prefer to do it another way the next time that I do it, but the point that I would like to make is that when you are tangling, you're not needing to worry about be thinking too far ahead. Just do what feels right in the moment and experiment, because if you don't experiment, then you won't know what you like and what you feel worked really well. The only thing about adding this gold pen is that I'm going to have to be careful to not, what's the word? My brain isn't working today. Smear it. I wouldn't want to smudge any of that gold ink. So just be mindful if you're using a pen like this where the ink might take a bit longer to dry, just try not to smudge it. Okay, so I'm hoping that this ink has dried in a little bit more. So I'm just going in now around that initial orb first, and then anywhere where we've got a bit of ribbon that's kind of overlapping onto another bit of ribbon. I'm just doing that all the way around. You might, when you're shading this yourself, and some people when they're tangling, they don't necessarily like to shade. Sometimes shading can be daunting to people. But you know, just do what kind of feels right for you. But you might shade in a different area than me. You might shade just here and not add shade all the way around the outside. Just do what you feel that you would like to do for your bonus. So I quite like that. I'm also going to add, probably just on the top of these bits here where it looks as if that's a loop, add a bit of graphite just under that gold. And then we'll come in with the blending stump. Actually, I'm going to go around just because I'm wanting to be somewhat systematic. I'll come in first around that orb in the centre. I'm trying not to sniff. I'm so sorry if I'm sniffing too much. I know it's not very pleasant if somebody's sniffing away. I'm absolutely loaded with the cold. I do these videos as a bulk when I can. Not so much, I do weekly lessons when Inktober Tangles isn't running, but when I can do bulk recording, it does help so that I can just kind of get that done and dusted, and then I just kind of schedule out the individual videos. So when it comes to these bows, you can tackle them different ways. You could add shading, you could leave the shading. I'm going to add shading to the right hand sides here and the bottoms here. You could add shading more places than that if you would like. There's no right or wrong. Okay, and then we'll come in with the white jelly roll. I'm just going on the top bits of these bows, which would be the least dark part, and by which, that's very badly put. I can't believe I actually do sub-editing and stuff sometimes, the things that I always say when I'm speaking. Instead of least dark, I should say lightest. But yeah, so just wherever that's going to be lighter, just put the pastel pencil, and then I want to smooth that out. And I think I might put some pastel pencil on the edges here as well. Because that's kind of away from where that bow is. I need a different tortilla blending stump here. So if you look at the step outs for this tangle, and when you look at that, it's just, I meant to pick up my pen, not the blending stump. It's gorgeous. There's a really nice variation of this where no, it's Angie Gittles. I was going to say Henrietta Robin. Angie Gittles has created this in a red, so it looks even more festive. And there's also a variation for how to create Bownus as kind of more of a straight version, so it doesn't look so much like a bow, it just looks more like a geometric pattern. So that might just give you some kind of ideas of how you might want to tackle this yourself. It can look very different from the way that I'm creating it just now. And these step outs, I mean, there's nothing to say that you have to create a tangle exactly the way that I've created it, or exactly the way that a step out suggests. It's just kind of giving you a starting point, really. Just kind of be creative wherever you kind of feel like you want to go with a tangle. Just kind of, you can feel free to put your own spin on something. It can look quite good. And then you never know, when you play around with a step out, you might create a new tangle or a tangulation, which is just a variation of one tangle that's already been deconstructed. I think I'm going to retrace basically all of the lines in this particular tangle. Oops, made a mess of that one because I don't know why, but I'm drawing away from myself. I always find it easier to draw towards me, so I don't know why I'm drawing away. Never mind. It'll all be okay in the end. Just take your time, restate those lines that we've originally done. I think this is quite cute. Very, very sweet. So all that remains for me today to do is I'm going to put this almost as if it's a little label with someone's name on it under the tree. Put that there and just add a wee bit of shading. Blend that out, and there we have Bownus. How cute is that? And the only time that I've done this that I can find anyway previously is here. Now you can see I need to neaten it up, I need to go over those white jelly roll lines, but it is so cute. And you can see here I've got almost as if it's like the ribbons pulling. You can see where those different lines are on the insides of that, and I think that is a nice effect as well. So hopefully you, in spite of my sniffing from the cold, I hope that you've enjoyed today's video, and if you have, I hope you will join me for tomorrow, the last day. How have we got to the last day? Tomorrow is IDOS, which stands for International Day of Zentangle, and this is the tangle that Rick and Maria demonstrated for everybody on the very, very first International Day of Zentangle. So I hope you will join in with me for that tomorrow, and thank you for watching today. Bye!